We are live.
Oh,
Wonderful.
really?
Welcome.
Okay, hi.
Hey, so nice. Welcome to the new episode of the Women's Empowerment Series. Today, I have such a special guest and a wonderful lady connecting all the way from Singapore. I know I kept you late. I didn't realize that's such a big difference in time. So, thank you. It's such an honor to have you, Rainy Rainmaker.
No
Welcome.
worries. The pleasure is absolutely mine.
Mm.
And yes, this kind of hiccups happens, especially when we go international. So
Yes.
I realized we have quite a lot of time difference. Is it like 5 hours?
Well, I think it's more because it's 3 p.m. here in
Oh, 2 p.m. in
GMT
your side,
plus
is it?
one.
So it's 10 p.m. my side here. Yeah. All right.
It's
So
7 hours. Like you are seven
yeah.
hours ahead.
It reminds me of I think are you at the same time zone with France? Because I was in
Yes,
France
with
in seven
UK,
hours.
not with France. France, they have 1 hour because they have the saving daylight saving hour probably already started, and but the same time as UK, we
Ah,
are
I see, I see. And how's the
GMT.
weather there in Morocco?
It's beautiful. Look at it. It's sunny. It's actually very warm for the
Wow.
season, but usually it's not that warm in October, but it's really warm.
Ah,
Yeah.
so
What
that
about
is it,
you?
spring
Your
comes early.
summertime?
Well, we always have summer, right? With the
Yes.
occasional rain. So I miss the cool spring,
Really? Yeah.
all the flowers. That's what I love about four season country usually.
So Singapore is always warm and nice all year round.
Always warm. So sometimes you will hear people complaining about it's so hot.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Well,
Yeah.
it's such a pleasure to have you. I mean, I don't know who's joining us, but please say hi and tell us where you're connecting from. If you are watching us on replay, I love to see you. So do hashtag replay. And we are going to have a fascinating conversation. You know, the Women's Empowerment Series, these are series to present, showcase amazing women like you who are doing incredible work, empowering other women from different parts of the world, and who are doing it with so much grace and a beautiful professionalism that I love to invite them to really share their stories and share the work that you're doing. So, welcome, Rainy.
Thank you so much. It's really a pleasure to be here, and it's a big honor to be here.
Yeah.
So I will be very casual. I'm a very casual person, by the way.
Mhm.
So I will just share whatever that you would like to find out more.
Yes. So, tell me about you, how you started. You are a coach, executive coach with so many awards. So, congratulations for
Thank you
all
so
this
much.
impressive career.
Thank you.
Yes. Really.
Well,
It's
so
nice.
it's interesting. I didn't plan to be in this path actually. So
Hmm.
whenever people ask me how did you become a coach, then I said, well, it seems like life brought me here because I
Mm.
remember in 2013 when I started to get into coaching, I learned about I take courses, take the programs, and the intention was actually to help myself because I was drowning.
Mm.
I was in a very bad toxic relationship. My marriage was killing me softly on
Oh,
the
I'm sorry to
inside.
hear that. I realize.
No worries.
Mm.
It's like a nightmare. But now when I look back, I have woken up and I'm actually in. I feel like now I'm living in my dream.
Amazing. I love
Yeah,
that. That's what we want.
yeah,
We want every woman to bring magic in their life and feel that they are living their dreams. I
yes,
love
yes,
that
and it's
because it's
possible.
possible.
The kind
Yeah,
of work that you and I do, we know that it's possible, and all it takes is just to change ourselves, and that
exactly.
will happen.
Exactly.
So for me, I was depressed for a few years, not
Mm.
knowing how to help myself, and I was taking pity on myself, playing like a
Mm.
victim, and always asking why me. I cried a lot, but nobody was there for me. It was just me. Until
Mm.
eventually, I just realized that oh my god, I have enough of this, and I'm sick of
Yeah.
myself. And even my outlook was so bad. I look fat. I look haggard. I look
Mm.
old back then, even though
Because it
I was
impacts
younger.
the health, because your mental state
It
impact the
shows,
health.
right? It shows,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
Your physical. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. So I it was a decision. I think at the end of the day it's important that we make a decision. So back then I said I don't know how I'm going
Mm.
to change, but I'm gonna do whatever it takes to change. So we all need that fire. Like
Yeah.
no matter how good is your trainer, your mentor, your coach is, right? If
Mm.
you don't have that fire that you're going to be committed to change, no one can help you actually.
Mm.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the change needs to come from within, and that's it's making the decision. So, but what is that trigger? You need that trigger. You need something like one moment in your life, and you say, "This is enough." What helped you get to that?
Well, it's really funny. I have a beloved brother, my brother. So I'm an immigrant. I came from Indonesia to Singapore, and I've been living here for 19 years. So there was one time my brother from Indonesia, he came visiting me, and so he's about 2 3 years have not seen me. So he came to my house. He put down the luggage. He looked at me and he asked, "Rainy, why do you look so old?"
Wow.
I
Wow.
was shocked. I couldn't answer.
Yes.
It was like a slap in my face.
Yeah, it
And
was like a wake up. Yeah,
it
trigger.
was. It's weird, but
Wow.
it works, right? And
Incredible.
I was shocked because I know that if my brother have to say that, it's serious because I have a good relationship with him and he always tells me the truth.
Mm,
So no one else tells me this. He came one fine day and tell me, "Why do you look so old?"
yeah.
And that kind of like wake me up. And I went to the room. I look at the mirror. I look at myself, and I'm like, "Who are you? I don't know you. Who is this
Yeah, he
old?"
reminded you. It's like it's almost you needed to see your brother to remind yourself of how you were and that you
Yeah,
are not this person that you let yourself become.
you are so right. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Where is that beautiful, young, happy woman?" I
Yes.
couldn't see it back then. So that was the wake up call.
Incredible. I love that.
Yeah,
Wow.
thank you.
Yeah. But it's amazing you saying that because we always say, when you feel bad, you need to find yourself, connect with yourself. But sometimes the courage does not come from within. You need an external source to kind
Yeah,
of
there is
trigger that.
someone triggering you.
Yeah, yours was your brother. We always do, any leader, you always need something external to bring you that courage.
Yeah,
So it's not
it's
like dig in deep dive and see and like where can I find it
yeah,
now?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember even when I first started, right, I didn't really have that much belief about myself. When I first started this journey, I said, "Oh, okay, I'm going." So I've been coaching on the sideline part time over
Hmm.
the years, and I always thought that it's just a hobby of mine. It's something that I love, right? So when I decided that, hey, so I had my divorce, and because of that, I needed to look for a new purpose, new meaning in my life. And when I look back, I realized that, I think this is it, right? So,
Mm.
but then I didn't have that self belief and confidence that says I'm good enough to do this full
Yes.
time as a business, right?
Yes.
So
Mm.
so I actually get help as well. I engage a coach,
Of
and I
course.
tell him, "Hey, teach me to be like you. I want to be doing the kind of work that you're doing right now." And
Incredible.
and having that someone who believe in me, who help me and guide me to develop me, that really get me on the
The right
on
track.
the
The right
yeah,
track. Yes.
right,
I
right.
love you saying that. I mean, it's true. We need help. We always need help. It's like even if you are in the best phase of your life, seeking help will make you step up higher, elevate, grow.
Yes,
And
yes.
really, and when you're down, that's not even a choice.
Well, absolutely. But the thing is that I'm not sure about Europe, but in Asia, right? I mean, we are trained and conditioned to be strong, be independent. We got to show our best side of us. So seeking help is seen as a weakness,
Mm,
right? So we are not conditioned to get help.
that's
So
true.
that keeps a lot of people in stuck, stuck and stagnant because of that.
You mean like asking for help? Like
Yeah.
even if you feel really, yeah, we don't. Why do you think that? Is it culture? It's like it's bad to ask. Why?
I think it's culture, it's the way we are being brought up to.
Yeah.
That we have to be strong. We have to show our strong
We
side
have to be strong.
and
Yeah.
don't trouble anyone. I remember my mom always taught me when I was very young, don't trouble people. Just don't trouble people. I remember she repeated that. She meant well, but
Of course,
through
but
over
she
the years, I
programmed you.
I don't
But
want
she
to trouble
programmed you,
people.
right? Yeah.
Right. So
And
it's
when
a
we are like this, we kind of attract in our life, even relationships that are, not very nice, because we are programmed not to trouble. So we're just gonna make ourselves so tiny and small,
yeah.
and absorb everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and that explains why there are still many women out there, women who are intelligent, beautiful, smart, and yet they are in toxic relationship that reminds them, people telling them the lies that they are not good enough, that they don't deserve to be loved, and you'll be surprised why are they staying stuck there, and why is it every relationship that they have, it's similar.
Yeah. Yeah. So because that's what they attract. It's by habit. It's like, their paradigm is programmed that way. So
Right.
they have a habitual way of being. Yeah.
Right. So we don't change the men. We have to first change our program inside.
I love that. It's so true. It's so
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And it takes time. How much time did it take you to really
Oh
find
dear.
yourself back and look beautiful and be happy?
It's really it's really a lifelong journey. I feel that personal development it's never ending.
Mm.
So I think when I
It's like, what
first,
is that moment where you kind of like, I'm good now? It's like there is that moment you're like, you know what? I feel good now.
so there are stages.
There's
There are
stages. Yeah,
stages,
yeah, I
right?
love that. That's true.
There are stages. So after I learn, educate myself, expand my paradigm, my mind, change my mindset, I feel better about myself.
Hmm.
I feel good about myself. The thing is that I still have something that is sucking my energy and my happiness, which is my marriage. I was very
Mm.
unhappy in my marriage. My happiness was actually depending on someone smiling at me and giving me love.
Yeah, that's
So,
thing. Yeah, which is
so,
not, which is
so
impossible,
with
which it
that,
doesn't make sense. Yeah.
correct. So with that, I'm actually still not in a good place, despite I have changed my mindset, because there's still something that is sucking my energy.
The toxic relationship.
Absolutely. Right.
Mm. So
So
you
so
had to get
now,
rid of that. Yeah,
yes, yes, yes. So but when it first happened, I was so scared.
I'm
I was
sure.
really, really scared. It is There's a lot of uncertainty. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know whether I can be on my own. There's just a lot of fear.
Really? Yeah.
And but
So
really,
where did you find the courage again? Because you needed another courage at this moment.
yes, because
Where?
I'm actually quite a rebellious person.
Okay.
So there is this feel of I don't want to lose out. So I actually make a promise to myself. I said I'm going to turn this pain into power. So
I
I'm
love
going to
that.
use this
That's
pain, right?
beautiful.
So I actually make a promise to myself, and I said I'm gonna live 10 times better, and
Yes.
I'm gonna live 10 times happier. So this
Yes.
was the two promise that I made to myself to
Wow.
rebuild myself. And with
Very
that
good.
promise, right?
I love it.
And
I
because
love
I needed courage, right? So
That's
so
amazing.
because I feel that I was at my bottom and I needed strength and courage. So I actually recorded that video, the promise to myself. I posted on Facebook to remind myself.
Wow. Did you really? Okay, when did
I
you
did-
post it at the moment you made it?
yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love
Because
that.
I want a strong reminder for myself as well, and I want to keep myself accountable. The best way to do it is to declare, right? Public
It is.
declaration,
It
right?
is. When was
Right.
that? When did you do that?
That was December 2017. So it was 31st of December.
5
I
years
didn't
ago.
feel like,
5
yeah,
years ago. Wow.
yeah, yeah. And I didn't, so I just got divorced like in November. So 31st of December, I was all alone in the city, in the downtown city. Everybody was walking around happily with their spouse, girlfriends, families. And I was there alone.
You were feeling lonely.
It was very tough. It was lonely. So
Yeah.
I needed to search for courage. So I
Mm.
created that video immediately because I needed that to remind myself, to promise myself. That was the declaration. It's like my New Year declaration because it's December 31st,
Yeah,
right?
it's like a resolution, right? It's a resolution.
Right,
But it's an
right.
open resolution, and that's what I love about you. It's, you didn't tell yourself, this 2018, I'm going to be this. You just opened it. And I
Yeah,
love that, because when you open it, then it stays as a desire, as a beautiful desire. It's not like,
right.
okay, by the end of 2018, I didn't see it. So I'm like, ah, no, but I love how you
It's
put
an
it.
intention, right? We set the intention.
Intention. Very nice.
Yeah.
That's
So I took
incredible.
I took that 1 year. So 2018, I worked very hard. I actually engaged quite a couple of people to teach me. I
Sure.
went for branding courses, marketing courses. I hired a coach to help myself to establish my business, to sharpen my skill set, and I even get more certifications to help me get more toolbox for my coaching. So I
Good
did
for
a lot
you.
of stuff in that year. So I have no time to cry actually that year.
No, there is,
Yes, so-
there is no time. Exactly. When we realize that, and when you have an objective or an intention that is
yeah,
so big and beautiful, because it's exciting, right? Because if it's true, it's like, wow, you
yeah.
have no time.
Actually, I started with the wrong reason, right? I was using my pain to turn it into power, right? So I started with that fire that I want to prove to those people that hurts me that hey, you're losing a
Losing
gem here, you're
someone.
losing a treasure here. So
Mm,
I want to shine. I want to be better. I want to be happy because I know that when I do that right, that is the best revenge for myself.
of course.
So I was
Of course.
initially driven by that. Of course,
Mm.
as I grow, then it become a higher purpose, right?
Yes. Yeah. I love that. Because
Yeah,
then you understand, the subconscious mind, the paradigm, how to let go of things. You
yeah,
understand how to, you know keeping grudges and rage around against somebody. It hurts
yeah,
you more, you, than actually anything else. So
yeah,
let go.
yeah.
Let go of it.
The thing is that we also, you're right, absolutely right. So we don't want to be keeping these negative emotions, right? Because it can kill us inside. It can make us look old as
Exactly.
well. We
It
will age
does.
very fast as well, right?
Mm,
And we won't look good. So, but we can use it to our advantage when that happens.
absolutely.
So we channel it to our higher purpose. How can
Mm,
I use this pain to to contribute to others, to make my life better and to make other people's life better? Because
mm,
when I had that setback, right, the initial part when I was suffering and feeling the pain, I was holding on so much grudges. I had a lot of regrets. I was like, there was 11 years of my youth, right?
wow.
So there's a lot of pain, a lot of regrets, a lot of anger, very negative because I couldn't see the value of that. But
Yes.
eventually, because I was healing myself and rediscovering myself, and I was searching for a new purpose, and then I realized that, hey, hold on, maybe God wants me to go through this because maybe He wants me to do something about it. Maybe He wants me to help people who doesn't know what they didn't know, so that they can stop
Exactly. Mm.
their self sabotage.
Yes.
That was what triggered me.
Yes. So good. That's true.
So that
Yeah.
was what helped me to turn it around, to use it
It's like
to
to
gain
use it
power.
as so it's like to use your story as an inspiration to other women's and an example. I
Yeah,
love
because I told myself that because I make a lot of mistakes when I look back, right? I mean, relationship, let's be honest, is you can't just blame it on one person, isn't it?
mm-mm.
I mean, we have to take responsibility, right? It's two-person,
Yeah,
right?
but then you can't take it when you are completely overwhelmed with the
Absolutely.
rage. But
Right.
when you look back, then you're like, okay,
Yeah.
it was what it
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
And you let it go. And everybody has some part of it.
And we learn from it, right?
Yes.
So
Mhm.
when I look back, I realized that hey, actually, there's a lot of learnings there, and I didn't know what I didn't know back then, and that created the mistakes. And
Mm.
those what I'm referring to is those programming that doesn't serve me.
Yeah.
We have our childhood programming, all the negative experience, significant emotional events that we had in the past that we carry along with us that give us a certain programming that doesn't serve us. I mean, you're
Mm.
the expert in this area. You can share more, but these are the programs that sabotage ourselves.
That's true.
If only we can discover that, we identify that, and then we resolve that, our life will change.
Very good. Yeah. And so now, how do you use this to carry your mission, to help empower women? Do you work only with women or you work also with men in your
I have men
job?
and women.
Okay.
The numbers is about the same. Sometimes I have more male, sometimes I have more female. So it's seasonal, I guess.
Could be. Could
But
be.
I think women in general takes more action. I mean,
Really?
they don't.
You mean
My
they invest in themselves? They
they don't
understand that
they
they.
don't hide. They want to deal with their emotions.
Hmm.
They want to deal with it. Whereby men, in general, they want to just not think about it. They just want to move on.
Interesting. That's true. But wait, okay. These are okay. I have two questions. So men, they like okay, emotions. We don't dwell in it, so we don't. They don't spend too much energy on it, right? So they move on. So they don't need that much help in moving on.
No, it's not true.
Okay.
It's like there's even make it worse, right? There's a lot of suicidal as well, right? Because men doesn't have the avenue to talk about it
That's true.
because their pride they
Yeah.
are pride and they're being trained to be strong, right? They can't cry, they can't
Yeah.
talk about bad things, so
But they
they are
exist.
actually
Yeah.
suffering more than us.
Yeah. It's true. They suffer more. So they actually, yeah. But what do they give themselves the time to say, okay, it would be nice to get help. Let me get help.
Getting past the ego is one challenge for men.
That's true. I also, I'm focusing on women, but I also have clients that are men,
Oh,
usually in
really?
private setup as 101. And they have incredible success. I don't talk about it at all because usually they come confidentially. So it's in my programs. But what you say, it's true. It's like help it gives them so much, and it's beyond the ego side of it. It's just like it's almost having another eye and ears from somebody external
Yeah.
to help them see some things they can't even see, or to help them fix some things that seems impossible to fix, so they kind of ignore it, and it
Yeah,
just lightens them.
absolutely.
Mm.
Absolutely. I mean, we can't fix what we don't know, right? It's a
Yes,
blind spot,
yes,
right?
yes.
So having someone who can show us a different perspective, show us our blind spot, that helps us to kind of like get awakened, right? And then
I love that.
with that
Mm.
awareness, it gives us the choice to whether or not we want to change, right? So I always
Mm.
quote this. I said, awareness is change, because
Mm.
awareness gives you a choice whether or not do I want to continue living this way, thinking this way, and feeling this way, or do I want to change? It's a choice. But if you don't know what you don't know, you can't change anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't allow yourself to believe in a better path for you, then how can you change anything, or how can you feel differently and
Yeah.
be happier? Yeah,
Yeah.
instead of losing yourself in
Yeah.
working hard, because often you kind of make your brain so busy by working hard, you don't have time to
And
think.
that's what we found on people who have high anxiety, right? They are
Mhm.
busy. They are busy in
Oh
the
yes, they keep themselves busy. It's like even if they're not busy, they will find a way to keep themselves so
absolutely.
busy. Yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
So that's a different topic altogether.
yeah. But it's kind of related, because when you
Yeah.
keep yourself busy, it means that.
You're not dealing with the problem.
Yeah,
It's
I
still
love
there.
this. I love this conversation, because we don't bring it on the table much. But usually, even for man, I mean, we usually focus on women. I love that actually we're talking about that the issues are the same for men as well, and we don't not only bring it on the table, talk about it, but you don't allow yourself to stay in your own, so that you can start remembering it. So you get so busy, you see,
Yeah.
because it's scary
Absolutely.
when you're on your
Yeah.
own.
So it's a denial and avoidance, right?
Yeah. Mm,
But
yeah.
that's what keep us in our suffering, isn't it? That prolongs our suffering. Dealing with the truth is painful. It's true.
Mm,
It's true. But
mm.
on the long run, we're gonna feel a lot happier and a lot free.
Always,
Yeah.
always,
And I
because
think, Sorry,
Mm.
continue. Yeah,
Yeah, because what I was going to say is that a lot of our, our subconscious mind is all full of emotional memories, right? And those memories, if you keep on freezing them and hiding them in the subconscious mind, they're cluttering you.
yeah,
Without,
absolutely,
so it's good to know how to deal with them and just let them flow in and out so that you
absolutely.
lighten up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I see that like a metaphor that I like to use is like we are traveling on an airplane.
Uh-huh.
So we want to travel light so that we can fly far and we can fly fast, right? So we don't want any of those old baggages that doesn't serve us. We want to
Mm.
fly light.
Yeah. And for your old baggages to let go of them, you need to recognize that they exist.
Absolutely. So
Mm.
acceptance, right?
Acceptance. But
Acceptance.
and that's hard, right? Because when you don't want to talk about something that is painful and an experience or an emotions that you don't want to revive, then how
Well,
do you give?
absolutely, it's
Yeah,
hard,
tell me.
right? So which is why I said everyone has their own timetable, right?
Uh-huh.
When they have hit that tolerance level to the
Yes.
max, they'll come to you. So for me, right, when I have people who come to me and ask for a coaching conversation, right, I always check what is your motivation level now. Where are you now? If you're
Mm,
giving 0 to 10, so usually I'll ask 0 to 10, how motivated are you that you want to create this change? And the person tells me I'm at a 7 or a 6. Then I said, well,
oh,
I'm sorry, that's not enough. You're probably not ready.
I
And what
love
would,
that. That's
yeah,
very good.
it's actually very good. And I will ask them, so and usually I'll check, is that enough? When you're at a 7, is that good enough for you to take action? And usually there'll be others with me and they'll tell me that not really.
But that's really nice because when they are aware of that, then they're like,
Yes,
maybe I need to change and, put a
yes.
little bit more of
Okay. So for
motivation.
some, right? So I'll ask them, so what will be a good number, right? They'll tell me either 8 or 9, right? So I'll ask them, okay, what do you need to get to 8 or 9? Then they'll give me what is the condition. And
Mm,
if that's
okay.
something that is can be done now or can be fulfilled, then we can move on. But if the person can't find anything, then I'll just let them know that, well, maybe you're not ready, and
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
You'll come back when you're ready.
Yeah,
I love
absolutely.
that. And that's a
Absolutely.
good way also in the marketing process
Yeah,
of any business, really,
yeah.
because, people, when they're ready, they're ready. It's not
Well,
about, Mm, tell me.
well, Dr. Hin, you know, right? I mean, you are in this industry, developing people as well. There's only so much that we can share. We can guide them, we can teach them, we can give them the tools, right? The thing is that we can't push them to take action. They
Mm-mm.
must be willing to apply whatever tools that you give them, to apply the new strategies that you give them, and that helps them to create the results. So
Mm.
we can only do our part 100%, but if the client or the coachee doesn't do their part another 100%, it doesn't work. So it's
Yeah.
very tiring when we get those kind of clients. So I rather filter and choose to devote my time and my commitment to the right person, because when I took on a client or a coachee, right, I'm invested. Like my emotions, my time,
Of
my
course.
energy, my
You
commitment.
get connected, you believe. Yeah.
Yeah, because I believe in you, right? So I believe in you. I want this to work for you, right? So there must
A
be a
match.
two. Yes, we must match.
Hmm. I love that. And that's my way of being as well. And I feel that whoever is ready finds its way. I always say it. I mean, like when the mentor shows up when you're ready. Because it's
Absolutely,
not, yeah. And a lot of people say, I need a mentor. But are you ready? When you're ready, truly, the mentor shows up in your life. And
absolutely.
it's not the way around, because I have a lot of people asking for mentorship for that, but are you truly ready? Are you ready to invest in yourself? Are you
Yeah,
ready to make the decision, an unshakable decision, and hold on to
right,
it? And
right.
what we can do is we can hold your hand to feel
Accountable
okay, to feel safe, because
to
we
feel
walked the
safe.
walk already. And
Yeah,
that's like, it's okay. The water is cold when you jump in something you don't know, but you'll be okay. And that's the feeling. And it feels, and if we can see more of that, it would be much harmony happening
Yes.
around us.
Well, absolutely right. So when we are at the bottom of, like, at the bottom of the pit, right, in our life, right, when we experience setback, right, we it's difficult for us to believe in ourselves. So
Mhm.
so having that someone who can believe, who would believe in us, right, before we believe in ourselves, that makes a hell lot of difference.
It does. It's a whole difference.
It's life changing.
It is. I love that. You are such a delight, my dear Rainy.
You too.
And
I'm enjoying this conversation.
me too. I'm enjoying it. This
This
is
is
so nice.
a
We
good
didn't get
chat.
more comments, but whoever is watching us comments, I'm going to post that part because we talked about men in a women empowerment series, and I think it's really it's so important because every human being, I mean, it's like we're all human beings, and we all made the same way, and we have emotions, and those emotions, when you let them be and guide you, your life changes to the better. And I love the work that you're doing. Congratulations for the awards, for the recognition, and for paving the way, because you have done so much on your own, and it's just, I'm saluting you for that, my dear
Thank
Rainey.
you so much. You are very kind with your words. I feel the same with you and what you do. And
Mm,
I believe, right, there can be more of people like us who shine. We first
mm,
need to shine, and
mhm.
then we help others to shine. And those
Absolutely.
others become the ripple effect, and they allow others to shine with them as well. So we can have a lot of bling bling in the world.
Yes,
Yeah,
there would be a beautiful word. Well, do that. That's what we do. Thank you
yeah.
so much for joining me. It's such an honor. Thank you for staying late to be with me, with
I thank
everyone
you
on
for
this side
having
of the
me.
world.
Thank you so much. It's such an honor.
My dear, sending you so much love, my dear Rainey.
Thank
You take
you.
care. Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you for